Hi, it's Mark from Training Spark, and in this video we're going to be showing you another of the features in the AI eLearning Powerpack. And in this video we're going to be focusing on the AI Virtual Tutors. So these are AI-powered conversations that you can have to support your learners, so they can pop something up in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen and chat with a virtual assistant. And what I wanted to do is show you how these work, but also one of the key differences between this and other types of chatbot that you may have seen in the past. What you can actually do is give these virtual tutors some of your own input, perhaps some of your course materials, and they will be able to answer questions based on that. So it's a step up from the standard virtual chats that you may have seen in the past. These use a feature from OpenAI called Assistants. And if you've seen the other video we did on conversations, this is very similar. What assistants are, they're like enhanced chatbots that you can add additional information to. You've got a lot of control about how they work. You can upload additional information in the form of files that they can then reference in their chats. So to help explain this, it's probably best if I just get started and create one. So what I'm going to do is create a virtual assistant for my platform that is going to have some very specific information that the learners can ask about. So I'm just going to create them here, and I'm going to call this one Elizabeth. And I'm going to say, you are an expert in the Slinky innovation cycle and can answer questions that a user may have about it. And I'll say, please avoid answering questions that don't relate to business or the Slinky innovation cycle. Again, we can choose what model they use. So some are faster than others, some are more advanced than others. But I'm going to leave that on the most recent version, which is GPT 4.0. And here is what I was talking about here, the file search. So you can enable Assistant with knowledge from files that you upload. So if you've got some proprietary information, methodologies, course materials, you can upload them here, and this virtual tutor will be able to use that information in their responses. So I'm going to enable that. And what I've created is some kind of bogus framework here for business called the Slinky Innovation Cycle. And there's 10-step business growth quirk framework here. And I'm just going to upload both of these documents. And this now gives the virtual tutor this information, and they can then reference it. So I'm just going to upload both of those files here. And they now form part of this virtual tutor's knowledge base. So there are a few other things we can configure here, but we won't go into depth in this video, but in a separate video for the knowledge base, once the plugin is released, then we'll talk through some of these settings in more detail. But the key thing we need here is this ID. So every assistant created has this ID, and that is what we can bring in to our platform. So what the AI eLearning Powerpack does is it allows you to bring in these OpenAI assistants that you can then use in your course materials. So I'm on a platform here with the AI eLearning Powerpack installed. I'm going to add a new assistant and just paste in that ID that I just copied from the platform. Here we can also give the person a name and an avatar. So I'm just going to upload an image here. And we can also select what colour their speech bubble appears in the platform when they're having a conversation with you. We can also add an internal note if you want to as well. So what we've done now is save that change. And you can see here we've got a few different assistants in here. In the video I did on AI-powered conversations, I used Michael. We've also got Anita and Elizabeth in here. And Elizabeth is the one that we're going to set up as a virtual tutor on our platform. So we'll head over here to Virtual Tutors, and we're going to add a new AI Virtual Tutor here, and we'll call this just the Business Expert. We select who we want to appear in this as a virtual tutor, and it's Elizabeth in this case. And we'll say here a prompt, please answer any questions the user may have. And with these kind of things, I normally tell it to keep answers short and concise. Within a few sentences, if possible. And that's because this thing is going to pop up in the bottom right, so we don't want them to be giving responses in massive paragraphs, because there's a lot for people to read. So we want digestible little nuggets of advice, and then if someone wants to ask a further question, then they can do. We can configure the button that appears, so in the bottom you can say ask an expert here. So I'm just going to change this to something like business advice, and here we can configure what post types the virtual tutor should appear on. So you can, if you've got things like LearnDash installed, you can say on lessons, topics, and things like that. But also you can share it on pages, posts, or any type of public post type you've got on your LearnDash, your WordPress platform. You can also exclude certain posts for the tutor to appear. So if you don't want them to appear on certain pages, then you would put the post IDs here, and the tutor wouldn't appear there. So we've now saved our AI Virtual Tutor, and what I did there was set it to show on pages. So if we visit any page on the platform, what we should find is that we have our virtual tutor here in the bottom corner. It's using the title of the button that I gave in the settings, and we can see here that it's using Elizabeth. So if we pop up here, it says that they'll be happy to answer any questions related to the Slinky Innovation Cycle. So let's go ahead and ask about something very specific. So we'll say, what is spiral ideation? And this is something that only Elizabeth knows about. ChatGPT doesn't know about it. Any other chatbot in the whole world doesn't, because this is a brand new concept. So I'm going to ask that and see what Elizabeth comes back with, to see if she understands based on the information that we uploaded. And she's come back with spiral ideation is the first phase of the Slinky Innovation Cycle. Its objective is to generate a diverse array of creative ideas, put our business forward. So it's understanding this information here. So this is all based on information that we have uploaded for this virtual tutor to use as part of their knowledge base. Now, given our settings there, this should appear on any page, and you've got control over where this appears, and it just forms a nice bit of support for any learners on your platform, and allows them to ask questions at any time and support their learning experience. So I hope you found that video useful. Please visit the Training Spark website if you have any questions at all about the AI eLearning Powerpack. Just head to support if you've got any questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer them.